This is usually how Arvind Kejriwal's day begins. From an income tax officer to an RTI activist and Anna Hazare's aide, Arvind Kejriwal has now turned politician. But who is he? Just a rank outsider giving the powerful sleepless nights, or somebody seeking publicity for his own political ambitions? Some call him a revolutionary, some others call him an anarchist. Who is Arvind Kejriwal? Let's find out.
Kejriwal is like a bull in a china shop.
Third-rate people are doing third-rate things.
मेंटल हो जाएगा, पागल हो जाएगा, ये पगला गया है, सिठिया गया है।
कल का हिंदुस्तान हमारे हाथ में होगा, केजरीवाल के हाथ में नहीं होगा।
There are a lot of people who are standing up and saying you'll be decimated in election. Who is Arvind Kejriwal? Who is Arvind Kejriwal?
आम आदमी, आम आदमी। आप राम राम कहोगे तो मरा मरा हो जाता है, मरा मरा करोगे तो राम राम हो जाता है।
बहुत बढ़िया मैंने सुना उस बारे में।
Donning the Aam Aadmi cap, Arvind Kejriwal is ready for yet another lights, camera, action-packed day. And on everyone's mind, one question.
Who will activist turned politician Arvind Kejriwal target today?
Another week, another Kejriwal expose. His target this time, the Ambani brothers, HSBC banks, a Congress MP he claimed is close to Rahul Gandhi, and even the President Pranab Mukherjee. The issue? Black money allegedly stashed in Swiss banks.
मजे की बात ये, इन 700 लोगों में से 100-125 लोगों की इनकम टैक्स की रेड हुई। बस छोटे छोटे लोगों की। अंबानी जी की यहाँ रेड क्यों नहीं हुई? मुकेश अंबानी जी की यहाँ रेड क्यों नहीं हुई? अनिल अंबानी जी की यहाँ रेड क्यों नहीं हुई? नरेश गोयल जी की यहाँ रेड क्यों नहीं हुई?
While the media crews line up for an interview, we spend some time at his home.
सारी पब्लिक जो है परेशान है, तो भगवान ने उनको मसीहा बना के भेज रखा है।
अब किसी को तो पॉलिटिक्स में घुसना ही था।
God-fearing parents, a supportive wife and 2 children. Arvind's home resembles that of any other Aam Aadmis in India. From a small town in Haryana, Hisar, Arvind says the most critical period of his life was as a student at IIT Kharagpur. His parents say Arvind was like any other child. He went to IIT with the same dreams as others. His first job was with Tata Steel, which he soon left, and joined the Indian Revenue Services after qualifying through the Civil Services examination. Through his career as an IRS officer, Arvind tried to contribute to social welfare by volunteering with the Missionaries of Charity in Kolkata and the Ramakrishna Mission in northeast of India. But it was his work on the Right to Information Act that earned him the Magsaysay Award and a place in the high-profile Activist Club of India.
Welcome here, Arvind Kejriwal, the force and energy behind Public Cause Research Foundation. Arvind, could I please welcome you here?
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all of you. RTI is a reality.
Delhi has always been home to peaceful protests for people from across the country. Farmers, the landless, workers from the unorganized sector, regions demanding statehood and states demanding nationhood have gathered in the national capital to draw attention to their specific cause. But over the last year and a half, a new kind of agitation has hijacked media space like never before. The architect of this show, Arvind Kejriwal.
ये 14 मंत्रियों के खिलाफ FIR दर्ज होगी और इनके खिलाफ तहकीकात चालू होगी।
It all started with a unique yet humble appeal.
लोकशाही है। लोकपाल बिल का ड्राफ्ट बनाते समय आधे लोग समाज से ले लो, आधे लोग सरकार के ले लो। हम अभी से क्या बताएं, क्या हमारे दिल में।
A 74-year-old activist from Maharashtra, Anna Hazare, had announced a fast unto death until the government agreed to include civil society in drafting the anti-corruption Lokpal bill. Under pressure over 2G and the Commonwealth scam, The last thing the government needed was an old man dying for an issue the common man had battled for years. Anna's fast yielded results. He became the face of the movement. But the real victory turned out to be Arvind's, the brain behind the anti-corruption agitation. Passionate speeches, patriotic songs and the setting, Anna positioned against the backdrop of the Mahatma, were all constructed by Arvind and his team of young media-savvy volunteers. Initially, his protest saw a little over 100 people, but overnight the numbers quadrupled, even though it was unclear if the media rush had caused this explosion of numbers or it was due to the resonance the protests evoked. Anna's consequent fasting episodes became a vent for thousands who felt cheated by the system, burdened by corruption and just unhappy in life.
Very interesting part of the Jan Lokpal bill was that they said Mega Se award winners will be on the selection committee of a Lokpal. Now, who the hell these foreign powers are that they will decide who is a crusader in this country? You think they are going to get enough power in parliament to make laws which will... I mean, what are they doing? This is just a facade to fulfill their political ambitions.
But whom team Anna? Because Anna clearly doesn't and Hegde doesn't.
But others, you know, they were, I mean, Kejriwal definitely has.
Off tune, but on the mark. This was the platform Arvind created for Anna Hazare, and this was the moment he stepped out of Anna's shadows and converted the stage into a political arena. Singing a different tune a few months later, he had split with Anna Hazare and launched his political party. His first move as a politician, breaking a law he called unfair, a hike in electricity prices in the capital. From just corruption, Arvind was becoming an all-issue man.
Robert Vadra ji ki 50 lakh rupaye ki daulat badhkar 300 crore.
Attacking the opposition where it would hurt the most, Kejri leaks on Sonia Gandhi's son-in-law Robert Vadra made him a heroic vigilante for questioning the most powerful family in the country.
Haryana sarkar ne DLF ko kya fayde pahunchaye?
DLF ने ये इंटरेस्ट फ्री अनसिक्योर्ड लोन रॉबर्ट वाड्रा को क्यों दिया?
Transactions between two private individuals cannot be questioned.
गडकरी साहब इस देश के लोगों का विश्वास दांव पे लगाते हैं.
एक कंस्ट्रक्शन कंपनी है.
His second expose on Nitin Gadkari, a clear attempt to appear to be targeting not just the Congress but also the BJP.
और मैं ऐसी बातों, इतने चिल्लर बातों को कोई महत्व देना.
कितना भी खोज निकालें कुछ निकाल नहीं सकते.
By campaigning against one party, the Congress in Hisar elections, India Against Corruption felt its support base shrunk. Attacking Gadkari was a balancing act. Even though Kejriwal's revelations were dubbed old, it had a ripple effect. An NDTV investigation revealed many companies investing in Mr. Gadkari's company Purti were not to be found on the addresses they were registered at. Some of them run by his drivers and accountants.
If anything the problem is there, we are ready for, Purti will ready for any inquiry for that.
And next in order was a government-corporate nexus. After targeting most Congress ministers, he came out in support of one, Jaipal Reddy, and accused the government of punishing Jaipal Reddy by changing his high-profile portfolio from Petroleum Ministry to Science and Technology. This Arvind says for not giving in to Reliance's demand to increase gas price. In the last few months, Kejriwal has made some of the most serious allegations, but never has he offered to go to the court. His shoot and scoot strategy has come under criticism, but that is of little significance to him. On every step of Kejriwal's political ladder, TV images galore. For a year and a half now, Arvind Kejriwal has occupied space on prime-time television. Lokpal bill is not in sight, but the activist has transformed into a politician. The man who came into the limelight for fighting one legislation is now promising an overnight overhaul of the entire system.
Today the kind of governance structure that we have is completely centralized. All the decisions are taken in Delhi by Planning Commission and by Government of India. They make all kinds of stupid schemes in Delhi.
That's not right, because there are many issues which are state subjects, and in those such subjects the state legislature takes the call. whether it's land, whether it's health.
So there are many issues on which the central government decides, and there are some issues on which the state government decides. The people don't decide. People are consumers of decisions, and the decisions are thrust upon the people of this country.
These people have put the parliamentarians in the parliament, just like they...
So do you think this is democracy? We think that just merely electing people once in 5 years is not democracy.
How will the common man decide the prices?
Let's activate this general body of all the villages, which is called Gram Sabha in the constitution, and we should have similar bodies in urban areas also. Divide a municipal ward into small mohallas and call them Mohalla Sabha, the general body of all the people. Whatever money you have to spend in a village, suppose you have to spend 6 crore rupees, send them 5 crore rupees to a village, but let them decide what they want to do with that money.
While some rubbish Arvind's ideas as impractical, others admire his hope. But this politician promising participatory democracy, talking of collective decision-making in the nation of 1 billion plus, has many skeletons in the closet. Many of his aides have now left him for being authoritarian. Gaurav Bakshi quit his lucrative job in the US and joined Kejriwal's fight for corruption. He launched the Anna Hazare Facebook page and played a big role in mobilizing support for the campaign. In fact, he was a regular on news channels. A few months ago, he quit India Against Corruption.
It was not spoken of publicly, generally, but within the committee, everyone felt that, for sure. I was in touch with many of them, still am. So that perception never translated itself into a more democratic way of decision making within the Anna movement, within the entire movement itself. That was a big reason why a lot of individuals started backing off the movement slowly.
He is like, इतना inspiration है उनके साथ काम करने में. He is so level-headed, and you know it is unlike. It's इतना मतलब उनके साथ काम करने में inspiration मिलता है ना. So I personally don't think he is undemocratic or any. But छोटे से छोटे decision भी he takes after consulting people.
Did you have a problem per se with Jan Lokpal?
No, as I was just saying, given the strict form that we were standing by that time, yes, I felt it was perhaps too much and we should have given in to some level. That was perhaps a mistake. That is what never happened.
Were they open to changes?
Probably not. Probably not. I would say Arvind wasn't. From what I have known of Arvind and my interaction with him closely over that period, he was not willing to give in even an inch.
The way it was going, the movement was going, was a better idea than launching a political party? In your opinion?
Yes, in my opinion, the movement is a better way of going about it. I agreed with Justice Hegde and others who also felt the same. It'll perhaps, I think Arvind will take some time and look back and perhaps call it another mistake.
I have that faith in him. If we get some this thing, ठीक है, अगर मिलता है, so then we'll work for the लोकायुक्त thing, Delhi लोकायुक्त thing. We'll set an example that way, and then we'll go to the entire state and the entire country. Sorry, that will happen like that. Are you hopeful that you will? I am hopeful. I am like very confident about it.
साफ है कि प्रधानमंत्री जी सबसे भ्रष्ट सरकार को बचाने में लगे हुए हैं.
Arvind's supporters may be limited, but their faith in him is unshakable. They say he paints a picture of an India they would all like to live in. But can India be painted in just one color? कौन आया यहाँ पे मालूम है? कौन आया यहाँ?
आए हैं सारे.
और अरविंद केजरीवाल कौन है मालूम है? नहीं मालूम है. और अन्ना हजारे? हाँ. कौन है वो?
अन्ना हजारे आता है रैली पे, जंतर मंतर पे. दिल्ली बिक जाता मिनट का मिनट. हाँ? दिल्ली बिक जाता मिनट का मिनट.
नहीं, अरविंद केजरीवाल कौन है मालूम है? नहीं मालूम. और अन्ना हजारे?
अन्ना हजारे मालूम है.
कौन है?
देश का नेता है.
देश का नेता है. और अरविंद केजरीवाल?
उसको तो मैं देखा नहीं.
ये जो लड़ाई शुरू हुई है, लड़ाई यहीं पर रुकेगी नहीं. ये लड़ाई आगे बढ़ रही है.
Kejriwal's bold strategies, the fasts, the sit-downs, the exposés seem to have touched a chord with the people and provided the media with a package it can't ignore.
2 नवंबर को रात को 7 बजे से 8 बजे तक
But will he be able to convert his supporters into voters in the Delhi elections next year?
दिल्ली इकट्ठी हो रही है, दिल्ली के लोगों के लिए, देश के लिए नहीं है।
We spoke to the Aadmi to find out.
वोट करेंगे इनके लिए?
बिल्कुल वोट करेंगे, आंख बंद करके वोट करेंगे।
अरविंद केजरीवाल का नाम सुना है? बदायूं में किसके लिए वोट करते हो आप?
मुलायम सिंह।
मुलायम सिंह के लिए।
यादव।
आप यादव हो?
हाँ।
वो भी यादव हैं।
वो भी यादव।
तो इसीलिए वोट करते हो क्योंकि वो यादव हैं?
यादव है। अपने कौम के लिए मरते हैं। मुलायम यादव, हम यादव हैं। बच्चों के साथ क्या करना है?
Rajdev earns 200 rupees a day. He is from Uttar Pradesh and is a staunch supporter of the Samajwadi Party. His reason to vote, his caste. In a country where caste politics rules, will Kejriwal prove to be a game changer?
When you have rank outsiders like this who bring new agenda, they always end up influencing big political parties into changing their agenda. 2, rank outsiders have the ability to change some rules of the game, like the one we've already done. Certain things which were unspeakable till 1 week ago are being spoken on every channel. Would political parties be forced to nominate their own honest workers because some of us are in elections?
Even his supporters understand elections are a different ball game. Arvind's chances are limited, and in a country as diverse as ours, there are more issues than corruption.
There is nothing new in political parties throwing mud at each other. So frankly, what is Kejriwal doing which is so different? Perhaps if he would take at least one of his allegations to its logical conclusion, take them to court, he would be perceived as doing something different than other political parties. Now all of this that has been happening in India, especially Delhi for the last 1.5 years, what is it? Just public entertainment or indeed the rise of the Mango Men? Many experts feel that the Aadmi could in fact turn out to be the casualty of this whole movement.
I mean, how it is that people who go through the RSS grilling process, when they become minister, they become corrupt? How it is that communist activists, when they fight for the cause of common man, you see what is happening in China and Russia, in Politburo, are they not corrupt governments there? How it is that Gandhians, when they join Congress party and they become minister, they become corrupt. So there's nothing wrong with Gandhi movement ideology, there's nothing wrong with RSS ideology or communist ideology. It is a system which makes you corrupt. And a political party, can that be a solution to corruption? Where is a bigger line you can draw? Where are the people? Have you selected? Have you tested those people? Do you know their ideological commitment? Do they have a track record? What are you trying to say? This whole exercise is leading to anarchy.
Democracy has been a very threatening idea for the last 200 years. For a certain class of people all over the world, the very idea of democracy, of mobs on the street, has been the ultimate nightmare that they've had to live with. Arvind in many ways makes those nightmares come very, very alive. But do remember, what is one person's nightmare is another person's dream.
Arvind has dared to dream. He claims his is a party with a difference, an honest party with space for only honest people, with the objective of eradicating all social evils and changing institutions. He wants democracy to truly descend on India, where Aadmi, people like himself, rule.
A revolutionary, an anarchist, a demagogue. While his supporters and his critics are bound to call him by different names, everybody is confident that corruption and corruption is being talked about across the country. Now whether this will churn out some tangible, real change in the country to benefit it, or will only be a tool for some to meet their political ambitions, only time can tell. For Kejriwal and his men, Delhi elections 2013.